Welcome to another adventure with Getting Lost. Today, we're exploring the highways and byways of Singapore. Yes, the highways. Nope, just kidding. We're not going to do that. But what we're going to do instead is we're going to visit another park. And this park itself is actually besides Tampines Avenue 7. And the name of the park is actually called the Sun Plaza Park. Yes, the Sun Plaza Park, which is just beside Tampines Avenue 7, and we'll be back after the intro. Welcome back! What we're going to do this week is we're going to visit Sun Plaza Park, and it's actually located at Tampines Avenue 7 and 9, and it's actually crisscross in between halfway by the MRT track. And here is the park. So what the plan is, we're going to walk through the park all the way until we reach Sungai Tampines. And Sungai Tampines is where Tampines actually gets its name from. In the past, Tampines was actually covered by forests, swamps, and sand quarries. And also they had lots of ironwood trees, which in this park itself there's lots of examples of it. And these ironwood trees, or in Malay, they call it Tampines trees. And the Tampines, you actually spell it with T-E-M instead of the Tampines we know now. And these trees used to grow abundantly through this area. And one of the oldest roads in this area, which is the Tampines Road, dates back to 1864 when it was a cart track. And at the turn of the century, Tampines was actually a rubber plantation and also home to sand quarries. And so we're just going to walk through the park until we hit Tampines River, and this river will continue all the way until you reach the sea. But as we go across here, I've noticed that at the moment now, the Tampines River is actually undergoing some renovation, some beautification. As you can see through here, they're going to do a lot of landscaping and stuff to make the river prettier, I guess. So what we're going to do next is we're going to visit the area right next to the river, which is the Tampines Eco Green. And it's just this one big area of land where it's just a eco green, you can call it a park, with lots of different trees. And this is actually a secondary forest, meaning that the primary forest in the past has been cleared away. Anyway, so this is the Tampines Eco Green, and like I said, this is a secondary forest. That means that the primary forest was cleared, and then this area was left barren, and the secondary forest has actually grown in the area. And as you can see, this area is quite green. And one thing nice about this place is there are no concrete or no man-made tracks. When you walk through here, you'll be walking along dirt paths and grass pathways that has been cleared for you to walk. Look at that. Look at that. And you can see there's a nice little pond here. And when there's a pond, there's always opportunity for you to meet the local wildlife, the local animals. And let's just have a look and see what we can find here. So basically, this Tampines Eco Green area, there are lots of walkways. You can walk through this way, you can walk through that way, and you can just walk all around the whole area. It's nothing too strenuous, but look, we have found a local resident here, and it's a water monitor lizards. And these lizards, they can swim, and they're also wary of humans. So when you get too close to them, they will try to avoid you, which is good, because being too familiar with humans is not a good thing. Take it, I know from personal experience, it's not a good thing. And look at that, there are also birds bathing in the water, and surprisingly, in this small little pond, there are lots and lots of turtles too. So it's a nice little ecosystem here with lots of interesting fauna, and I'm sure in the water, even though it's murky, there are lots of fishes too. And I'm sure in this forest itself, there's many more lizards. And as you keep walking, you can see a wide variety of different trees. I've noticed a lot of eucalyptus trees here, and also birds, you know. But what I really like is just to walk through this way and just listen to the natural sounds of the forest. The Eco Green. And this area here, I think, is a swampy area with water, but you can't actually see it because it's actually being covered by the grass. Can you hear the birds? So like I said, there's surprisingly lots of eucalyptus trees around here, and you just keep walking along this pathway, just made of grass, and quite shady too. So even though it is quite sunny today, when you're in the shade, it's not too bad. And it also just rained in the morning, so it's also not too hot, not too humid too. And we also have a moving platform for birds. So this is the area itself that they made, which they actually put like a lot of places like this here. You see these small little poles where the birds would actually land on these poles to stand there, I guess. But at the moment, because we're actually too early and the sun is too hot, there are no birds yet. But this is an area that you can come and see. And look, the construction of the Sungai Tampines, all the way to the TPE, which is this highway here. And so we're going to cross across to the other side, and to cross to the TPE, we will need the Tampines expressway. We need to take an overhead bridge, which is over there. So this is the busy expressway. We can't walk under the expressway. What we can do is we can walk over it. And after you cross the bridge, you are actually at Pasir Ris, actually the area near Pasir Ris Street 11. And now you can actually just see the Tampines River, or Sungai Tampines. And this is the river in its full unblocked glory, you know, because like I said earlier, in the upriver, they were actually doing lots of renovation, but this is how it's supposed to look like. And then you have HDB flats on both sides of the river. And these are actually maisonettes, which are double-story, 2 levels of flats together. I think, if I'm not mistaken, they're not making maisonettes nowadays. So those who actually bought it last time, you know, they are, when you're living in a HDB flat, you know, you don't normally have two floors. You know, you only have your normal 1 floor itself, but then in a maisonette you have 2 floors, so there's actually a stairs to go to the 2nd floor, which is something different. But we're just walking along. This area here is actually called the Tampines Park Connector, and it just connects all the parks together. And Singapore has been doing this, where they are trying to connect all the green areas together with pathways or park connectors where you can actually walk, jog, or cycle through it. And we just will go through a few bridges. Like I told you, a lot of bridges in Singapore are unnamed. So I just want, hopefully one of these days, they will name a bridge after me. But I guess not so soon. Anyway, up ahead, you see up ahead here is actually a road, and the road itself is actually Pasir Ris Drive 1. And Pasir Ris Drive 1 will bring us next to another park, a park that is in Pasir Ris called the Pasir Ris Town Park. And this is where we're going to head to next in our next episodes. Yes, so this is Pasir Ris Drive 1, and this is the park. And this park is where we're going to visit next week. So join me next week as we explore this park. So before we go, you know what to do. Please help me by liking my video, sharing my video, and subscribing to my channel. You don't have to, but I would appreciate it if you do. And lastly, but the most important thing, the thing that you must do is to join me for my next adventure. So I will see you then. Bye bye.